Okay, welcome back in. We are now going to be reviewing Saturday's action from the NHL. There were a total of 15 games on tap, so therefore 30 teams were hungry for 2 points. And this late in the season, it can make or break your season. Starting with the teams you see on your screen as Anaheim Ducks were continuing their road trip in Edmonton to take on the Oilers.
Adam Henry in the first period. Adam Henry with his 22nd goal from Leon Draisaitl in Oklahoma.
And a very interesting thing before I carry on with the summary of this game. This is Adam Henrique and Carrick's first game against their former team since being traded at the trade deadline. With his goal, that happened 3 minutes and 47 seconds of the first period.
Connor McDavid will get his 28th goal from Zach Hyman.
And that goal happened with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the frame.
Matthias Ekholm get his 8th goal from Carrick and
Desharnais.
Yep.
And that goal happened with 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go on the clock.
In the second period, Connor McDavid got his 29th goal for the Edmonton Oilers, which the score was 4-0, assisted by Leon Draisaitl and Bouchard.
And that goal happened 9 minutes and 28 seconds of that period. A power play goal to note.
Warren Foegele would get his 17th goal from Oklahoma and Desharnais.
And that goal happened with 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go on the clock, making it 5-0 in favor of the Oilers heading into the third.
In the third period, Zach Hyman will get his 52nd goal from Connor McDavid and Bouchard.
And that goal happened 7 minutes and 6 seconds of that third period.
And then the last goal, Alex Killorn get his 15th goal from Fowler and Vetrano, which the final score was 6-1.
So
the time of the score was.
So when Killorn scored, there was 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go on the clock. A power play goal to note. So the Ducks didn't get shut out, but unfortunately they did lose this contest. So after the loss, the Ducks are 24, 46-4, 52 points on the season. They have been eliminated from the postseason. As for the Edmonton Oilers, after the victory, they're 45, 23-4 for 94 points. They are currently sitting second in that Pacific Division. Next matchup.
Next matchup is the Carolina Hurricanes versus taking on the Canadiens.
Alrighty.
There was no scoring in the first, so in the second period, Jordan Staal get his 9th goal from Teravainen.
And that goal would happen 9 minutes and 33 seconds of the second period. A shorthanded goal as well.
In the third period, Sebastian Aho will get his 33rd goal from Jarvis and Guentzel.
And that goal happened 3 minutes and 42 seconds of the third period. A power play goal to note.
Seth Jarvis will get his 29th goal from Guentzel and Aho.
And that goal happened with 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go on the clock.
So the final score was 3-0.
Exactly. After the loss, the Montreal Canadiens are 28, 33-12. They have 68 points. They are 14 points out of a playoff spot. It's looking very bleak that they'll be able to make any kind of run, considering they have a number of teams they would have to try to bump in the standings. As for the Carolina Hurricanes, after the victory, they are 47, 21-7. They have 101 points on the season, and they have clinched a playoff spot yet again. Alrighty.
The next matchup is Detroit and Florida.
Alrighty. Let's rock and roll.
In the first period, Robbie Fabry will get his 17th goal from Perrin and Gostisbehere.
And that goal happened with 9.5 minutes to go in the period. A power play goal to note.
Alexander Barkov will get his 20th goal from Ekblad and Mikola.
And that goal happened with 7 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the frame.
Alexander Barkov again will get a lead for the Panthers, getting his 21st goal, assisted by Reinhardt and Ekman Larson.
And that goal happened with exactly 4 minutes to go. Actually, we're in the wrong one. And that goal happened with 56 seconds to go on the clock.
Dylan Webkin will get his 29th goal from Kane and Gostisbehere.
Hold on a second. Did we skip the other one?
No.
Nope. Okay, that's my fault. Yeah, so Dylan Larkin would tie the game up with 4 minutes to go on the clock. A power play goal. making it 2 goals aside.
So there was no scoring of overtime, so they had to go to a shootout. Sam Reinhart would get Panthers a game-winning goal.
Fantastic. So with the victory, the Panthers are sitting at 47, 22, and 5. They have 99 points. They are locked into the playoffs for this upcoming season with 8 games remaining on the schedule. As for the Detroit Red Wings, 36, 30, and 8 after the shootout loss for 80 points. They are still 2 points behind the second place wildcard team for a chance at the playoffs. So it'll be very interesting to see if they're able to squeeze in and end their playoff drought. What's next?
One is Vegas and Minnesota.
All right.
So there's no scoring in the first. there was no scoring in the first period. So in the second period, Carol Kaprizov will get his 37th goal from Matt
Boldy.
and Favar.
And that goal happened with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go in that period. A power play goal to note.
In the third period, Michael
Amadio.
will get
Amadio.
Amadio will get his 13th goal from Stephenson and Martinez.
And that goal happened with 6 minutes and 17 seconds to go on the clock.
Since they were both tied, they had to go to overtime. Jonathan Marchessault will get his 40th goal from Carlson.
And that goal happened with 1.5 minutes to go in the frames. The Vegas Golden Knights would prevail 2-1 in the extra frame. After the victory, they are now 41, 25, and 8 for 90 points. They are currently sitting third in that Pacific Division with 8 games to go. And after the loss, the Minnesota Wild are 35, 29, and 9. They have 79 points, and they're 8 points back out of a wild card spot. So I think it's going to be a tough hill to climb if the Minnesota Wild are going to be able to get into the playoffs. All right, what's next?
Well, this next one was the hard one that we were trying to do, of the Rangers and the Arizona Coyotes.
All right, the New York Rangers.
Oh yeah, also a spoiler alert, this is going to be a long one.
A long review?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just put it this way. There's a lot of goals in this game.
In the first period, Alexis Lafreniere would get his 23rd goal from Panarin and Lindgren.
And that goal happened with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the period.
In the second period, Ryan Lindgren will get his 3rd goal from Adam Fox and Lafreniere.
Yep. And that goal happened, And that goal happened just 2 minutes into that second period.
Mateus McKelly.
What? Michelli.
He has 14th goal from McBain and Don.
And that goal happened 6 minutes and 27 seconds of the second period.
Alexis Lafreniere will get his 24th goal from Trocheck and Panarin.
Making it 3-1 at that point. 6 minutes and 45 seconds of that second period.
Clayton Keller will get his 32nd goal from Schmaltz.
And that goal happened with 8 minutes and 54 seconds to go on the clock.
Nick
Bustad
will get his 21st goal from Schmaltz.
And that goal happened with just 42 seconds to go in the period. So after 40 minutes of play, we were tied at 3.
Chris Kreider will get his 35th goal from Rose Levick and Lindgren.
And that goal happened 5 minutes and 45 seconds of the third period, giving the Rangers a 4-3 lead.
Zach Jones will get his 2nd goal from Lafreniere and Panarin.
And that goal happened 7 minutes and 16 seconds of the frame, making it 5-3.
Barclay Goodrow will get his 2nd goal. It was a short-handed goal with just 9 minutes and 33 seconds.
Nice.
Lawson Cruz will get his 21st goal from Cooley and Buxton.
Nice. Cutting the deficit to 6-5 with 5 minutes and that one there. Sorry, cutting the deficit to 6-4 with 7 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the frame.
Logan Cooley will get a 17th goal from Velimaki and Michele.
And that goal happened with 5 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the period, cutting the deficit to 6-5.
Artemi Panarin will get his 44th goal from Kako.
And that goal happened with 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go, making it 7-5 for the Rangers.
Alexis Lafreniere
Lafreniere.
would get his 25th goal from Trocheck and Adam Fox.
So he'd get a hat trick in the game, making it 8-5 at that point, with just 15 seconds to go on the clock. So a wild third period. It was tied at 3 heading into the third. The final score would be 8-5. So with the victory, the New York Rangers are 50, 20, and 4. They have 104 points, and they are still sitting first in the Metropolitan Division, and they have clinched the playoff spot as well. As for the Arizona Coyotes, they have been eliminated from the playoffs. They are sitting at 31, 38, and 5 with 67 points and 8 games remaining. Alrighty, what's next?
The Nashville Predators and the Colorado Avalanche.
Alrighty, so 2 teams from the Central Division, and both are sitting in a playoff spot as we speak. All right.
In the first period, Cole Smith got his 9th goal from Nyquist and McCarron. And the time that he scored that goal was 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Jonathan Drouin would get his 15th goal from McKinnon and Rantanen, with just 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go in that period. Mark Janikowski would get his 6th goal from Novak.
And that will happen with 6 minutes and 58 seconds to go on the clock.
Dante Fabro will get his 3rd goal from Zucker and Sherwood.
Making it 3-1 at that point, and that goal happened 6 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the frame. Casey Middlestat
would get his 18th goal from McKinnon and Makar.
And that goal happened with 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the frame, cutting the deficit to 3-2, and a power play goal to note.
In the second period, Gustav Nyquist would get his 22nd goal from Stastny and Forsberg.
And that goal happened just 57 seconds in the frame.
Arturi Lehkonen would get his 13th goal from Makar and Drouin.
And Jonathan Drouin, yeah. That goal happened 5 minutes and 43 seconds of that period. A power play goal to note.
Kyle Makar would tie up the game, getting his 19th goal from Rantanen and Parise.
What's that? Parise. And that goal happened with just a minute and 35 seconds to go on the clock. A power play goal to note.
Yakov Trenin will get a lead 5-4, getting his 12th goal.
12th goal of the season, and that goal happened with just 29 seconds to go in the frame. So the Avalanche had a 5-4 lead heading in to the third period.
In the third period, Nathan McKinnon would get his 46th goal from Manson and Taves.
And Taves. And that goal happened 3 minutes and 38 seconds of the third period, making it 6-4.
Nathan McKinnon would get the
score again.
Score again, getting his 47th goal from Rantanen.
And that goal happened with just 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go on the clock. So 7-4 would be the final in favor of the Avalanche. They are now sitting 47, 21-6. They have 100 points on the season with 8 games remaining. They have clinched the playoff spot after the victory. And as for the Nashville Predators, despite the loss, they are 43, 27-4. They have 90 points, and they're in the first wildcard position in the Western Conference. All right, what's next?
Toronto and Buffalo. Hey, one of the teams you hate.
There we go. And I already know who won.
In the first period, John Tavares would get his 24th goal from Willie Nylander and Timmins.
Yep.
With just 4 minutes and 58 seconds to go first. In the second period, Nicholas Robertson would get his 11th goal from Nyes, and just 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go. In the third period, Austin Matthews would get his 60th goal from Timmins.
And that goal happened with 5 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the frame. So 3-0 would be the final score. The Maple Leafs with a shutout victory. So after the loss, the Buffalo Sabres are 35, 35-5. They have 75 points on the season. They are 7 points out of the wildcard spot with 7 games remaining. And after the victory, the Maple Leafs are 42, 22-9. They have 93 points on the season with 9 games to go. They are still sitting third in the Atlantic Division. Alrighty, what's next?
Pittsburgh and Columbus.
All right. Hopefully this isn't an 8-5 game.
In the first period, Matthew Oliver
Matthew Oliver.
will get
Or I
his
think it's
fifth.
Olivier. I don't know. Anyway.
Will get his fifth goal from Cylinder just 7 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Drew O'Connor will get his 13th goal from Rust and
Pedersen. And that goal happened with 6 minutes and 31 seconds to go on the clock.
Byron Rust will get his 24th goal from Crosby and Letang.
And that goal happened with a minute and 5 seconds to go on the clock. So heading into the second period, the Penguins have a 2-1 lead.
No, third period.
Sorry?
Third period. Heading into the third period.
Oh, there was no scoring in the first. My bad. So heading into the third period, the Penguins had a...
No, there was first, second, and third.
Okay. So heading into the third period, the Penguins had a 2-1 lead.
Rickard Rakell will get his 12th goal from Malkin. Just 8 minutes and 59 seconds on the clock. Kirill Marchenko.
Yep, Marchenko.
Gets 19th goal from Severson and Werenski. Just 9 minutes and 8 seconds to go on the clock. Zach Werenski will get 7th goal from Gaudreau.
And that goal happened with 8 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the frame.
There was no scoring in overtime, so they had to go to a shootout. Damon Severson will get the Blue Jackets the
game-winning goal. There we go. So despite the fact that the Blue Jackets were down 3-1, they were able to come back and get the victory. After the win, they are 24, 38, and 12. They have 60 points on the season, with 8 games remaining on the schedule, eliminated from the postseason quite a long time ago. And as for the Pittsburgh Penguins, they're in the same situation as the Buffalo Sabres, but they do have 2 games on hand. The record is 32, 30, and 11. They have 75 points, so they're 7 points out of the playoff spot with 9 games remaining.
Next game in Philadelphia.
All right. Let's see how this one went.
In the first period, Lucas Reichel will get his 4th goal from Ordi and
Athanasio.
And that was just 2 minutes and 1 second to go. Philip Khrushchev will get his 16th goal from Connor Bedard and Vlasic.
Yep. And that goal happened with 3 minutes to go on the clock.
In the second period, Tyson Forster will get his 20th goal from Hathaway, just 17 seconds on the clock. Nick Foligno will get his 17th goal from Kucherov. And Johnson.
So the Blackhawks had a 3-1 lead heading into the third period. When that goal was scored, there was 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go on the clock. A power play goal to note.
In the third period, Joey Anderson will get his 4th goal from Reichel with just 9 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. Mackenzie Entwistle will get his 5th goal from Anderson and Kaiser.
And that goal happened with 5 minutes and 27 seconds to go on the clock. So the final score would be 5-1 in favor of the Chicago Blackhawks. With that, they are 22, 47, and 5 for 49 points. They have 8 games remaining on the schedule. They've obviously been eliminated from the playoffs. As for the Philadelphia Flyers, after the loss, they are now 36, 29, and 10. They have 82 points on the season. They are currently holding the number 2 wild card spot, and I think it's going to be a tough road to hoe for them to potentially clinch a playoff spot, considering they were in third place in the Metropolitan forever. Now Washington has taken over. Philadelphia's dropped to the wild card spot. So if they end up collapsing with 7 games to go, that would be absolutely dreadful for the Flyers. Alrighty, what's next?
New York Islanders and Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa Bay Lightning and New York Islanders. All right, let's see how this one went.
In the first period,
Palmieri
will get his 24th goal from Pollock and Riley, just 2 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. Darren Radish,
yep.
will get his 6th goal from
Kucherov
and Cirelli.
Yeah, Cirelli. Yeah, and that goal happened with 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go on the clock. A power play goal to note.
Anthony Cirelli with 17th goal from Perbix and Hagel.
And that will happen with exactly 5 minutes to go on the clock. So the Lightning had a 2-1 lead heading into the third period.
Steven Stamkos with his 30th goal from Milberg and Hagel.
Just
21 seconds left on the clock.
into the third period.
In the period.
Yeah.
Anthony Cirelli would get his 18th goal from Kucherov and Hedman.
So he got his second goal of the game, and that will happen with 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go on the clock, making it 4-1 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. After the victory, they are 41, 25, and 7. They currently have 89 points on the season, with 9 games remaining on the schedule. After the loss, the Islanders are 31, 27, and 15. They have 77 points on the season, and they're just 5 points out of a playoff spot with 9 games to go. What's next?
Ottawa and Winnipeg Jets.
Alrighty, so an all-Canadian matchup took place in Manitoba.
There was no scoring in the first, so we had to hop ahead to the second period.
Yep.
Nikolaj Ehlers against 22nd goal from Monahan. Ehlers against 22nd goal from Monahan and DeMello. Just 1 minute and 58 seconds on the clock. Boris Kachuk will get his 7th goal from Brandstrom and Castellic.
Yeah.
With just 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go on the clock. Ridley Gregg will get his 12th goal from Kachuk and Batherson.
And that goal happened with 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go on the clock.
In the third period, Mark Scheifele will get his 23rd goal from Connor and Morrissey. Just 9 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock.
A power play goal as well.
Brady Tkachuk will get his 33rd goal from Stutzel and Sanderson.
And that goal happened with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go on the clock. A power play goal, so the Senators would prevail over the Winnipeg Jets with a 3-2 final. After the win, they are 33, 36, and 4 for 70 points. They're still 12 points out of a playoff spot. They're not eliminated, but it's looking very bleak at this point in the season. As for the Winnipeg Jets, they're reeling at the worst possible time. After they made the trade for Toffoli, it looked like this team was going to be so competitive. They're at one point in first place at that Central Division. Now they're 9 points out of first place. They're after the record's 44, 24, and 6. They do have 94 points on the season with 8 games remaining, but the Predators are only 4 points behind them now in the standings. So if the Jets keep losing, the Predators keep winning, the Jets could easily find themselves in the position they were in last year, in a wild card position. So if you're the Jets, you got to get your ish together with 8 games to go on the schedule. Alrighty, what's next?
Boston and Washington.
Boston and Washington. How many games are left?
4.
4 games?
Which is 3.
After this one?
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of scoring.
In the first period, Hampus Lindholm will get his 2nd goal from Zaka and Pasternak.
And that goal happened with 1 minute and 13 seconds to go on the clock, giving the Bruins, I believe, a 1-0 lead.
In the second period, Michael Scarpoza
I think so.
will get his 4th goal from Jensen and Dowd. Just 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. John Beecher would get his 7th goal in the second period with just 2 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. John Carlson would get his 8th goal from
From where? From Pacioretty.
And Strom.
And that goal happened with 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go on the clock. A power play goal to note.
So there was no scoring. So since they were tied, there was no scoring in overtime. So they had to go to a shootout. Kevin Shattenkirk would get the game-winning goal for the Boston Bruins.
Nice. So the Bruins would prevail in this one. After the win, they are 43, 17, and 5. They have 101 points on the season. And yes, they have locked in a playoff position as we speak. For the Capitals, despite the loss, they are 36, 27, and 10. They have 82 points on the season, and they are currently sitting 3rd in that Metropolitan Division.
Next one is San Jose and St. Louis.
Oh, my battery's low. My battery's low. Okay, what is it?
San Jose and St. Louis.
You know what? I'm just going to put this on pause. Actually, you know what? I'll see if I can just wing it. Why is it so dark? Okay. For some reason, my screen went really dark. I'm not sure if it's going to upload like this, but it might. I'm not too sure. My battery is going dead. What is it? San Jose and St. Louis?
So, say
St. Louis.
No, it's San Jose. St. Louis. Yeah.
And St. Louis. Okay.
So there was no scoring in the first period. In the second period, Philip Zadina will get his 13th goal, just 8 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Michaela Granlund will get his 12th goal of the season from Zetterland and Ekland.
That goal happened with 7 minutes and 55 seconds to go on the clock.
Luke Kunin will get his 9th goal of the season.
And that goal happened with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go on the clock, making it 3-0 in favor of the Sharks.
In the third period, Jan Retta will get his 4th goal from Strom.
And that goal happened with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go on the clock. The Sharks would get a bit of an upset. 4-0 would be the final score. After the victory, the Sharks are 17-48-8, 42 points on the season, still the worst team in the league. And for the Blues, this is a very tough loss. They're 39-31-4. Now they're 5 points out of a playoff spot with 8 games remaining. Alrighty, what's next?
Kings and Flames.
Kings and Flames?
Yep.
Okay. There's what, 2 more games after this? Or 1 more game after this?
Game.
Okay. Let's hope this thing doesn't die.
I'm trying to scroll all the way down. In the first period, Nazem Kadri would get his 24th goal from Kuzmenko and Sharangovich with just 4 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Adrian Kempe would get his 23rd goal from Doughty and Fayola with just 5 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. Merton Popissil with his 8th goal of the season from Kuzmenko and Kadri.
And that goal happened with this one? Or this one. And that goal happened with 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go on the clock.
Blake Coleman will get his 29th goal of the season for the Calgary Flames, which is a 3-1 lead from Anderson and Murmanov.
Yeah, that goal happened with 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go on the clock, giving the Flames a 3-1 lead.
Anze Kopitar will get his 25th goal from Kempe and Fiala.
And that goal happened with 1 minute and 35 seconds to go on the clock. So the Flames still had a 3-2 lead heading into the third period.
In the third period, Kuzmenko Uyghur would get his 18th goal from Huberdeau and
Sharangovich. Yeah, and that goal happened with 9.5 minutes to go on the clock. 8.5 minutes to go on the clock. So the Flames would prevail. 4-2 would be the final score. After the victory, the Flames are 34-5. They have 73 points on the season. They're still 14 points out, so it's looking very bleak that they'll be able to make a postseason in 2024. After the loss, the Kings are 38-24-11. They have 87 points with 9 games remaining on the schedule. They currently have the number 2 wildcard spot as we speak in the Western Conference. Alrighty, last game?
Last one is Dallas Stars and Seattle.
Alright, let's see. Alright. Let's take a look and see how this one went.
So there was no scoring in the first period, so in the second period, Johnston would get his 29th goal from Lundqvist and Stankoven?
Sure, Stankoven, yeah. And that goal happened with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go on the clock.
In the third period, Joe Pavelski would get his 26th goal of the season with just 28 seconds on the clock. Robbie Hens would get his 28th goal from Johnston and Lindell.
And that goal happened with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go on the clock. So the Stars would get a shutout. 3-0 would be the final score. So after the victory, they are 47-19-9. They have 103 points on the season. And yes, they have locked themselves into a playoff position. As for the Seattle Kraken, 30-30-13 is their record. Just like the Flames, they are 14 points out with 9 games remaining. So it's looking very bleak that either of those teams, especially the Kraken, will be able to make a postseason appearance. I do apologize for the video going dark. My tablet is dying as we speak, so I'm hoping I'll even have enough time to finish the video and upload it. So any last second thoughts?
Nope.
Okay. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. If you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, please feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time, yeah, take care.